What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. We've got a lot of exciting things to talk about today. We'll be going over new leaked details to Season 21, which include various quality of life changes, changes to power leveling, matchmaking, and user interfaces, exotic reworks, and new details to Season of the Deep's dungeon. A big thanks to Freezing Dart, amongst many others, over on Destiny 2 Leaks Discord and Twitter for sharing these latest details, which come in the form of several screenshots. While it's becoming harder to believe all the different supposed leaks that surround Bungie, the sources of these leaks have been incredibly spot on with previous leaks over the past few months, and while I'm still taking it all with a grain of salt, as I advise you all to do as well, these leaks do seem to have a great deal of merit, so it's only right that we dive in and take a look. So we get what appears to be screenshots taken of several slides from a Bungie PowerPoint presentation. Some are a little more clear than others. Some of these slides have been bouncing around the community for several weeks now. The overall presentation looks to be broken into several sections, titled Quality of Life, which include exotic armor changes, exotic weapon changes, dungeon weapons, seasonal weapons, trials matchmaking and rewards, power leveling, and weapon balance. Exotic armor that will be seeing reworks will include sealed Ahamkara grasps, the Raiju's harness, Authry's embrace, the Oathkeepers, the Stompies, Radiant dance machines, and Mask of Bakras for hunters. For the Titans, the Dune Marchers, Point Contact Cannon Brace, the No Backup Plans, the Second Chance, the Stronghold, the Eternal Warrior, Kepri's Horn, and Path of the Burning Steppe will all be getting adjustments. And for Warlocks, the Vesper of Radius, Chromatic Fire, Dawn Chorus, Ophidian Aspects, Astrocyte Verse, Sanguine Alchemy, Claws of Ahamkara, the Starfire Protocol, and Mantle of Battle Harmony will all be getting updated. While most of these exotic armor changes are for the good, and will ultimately see these exotics getting more use, some of them are going to be huge nerfs, like the Starfire Protocol for example. The screenshot for exotic weapons is pretty blurry, but we can make out that the Salvation's Grip, the Eyes of Tomorrow, Graviton Lance, Tommy's Matchbook, the Teraba, Sweet Business, Worldline Zero, and Legend of Acreus will all be getting adjustments made to bring them more in line to the current sandbox. While it's hard to make out, it does appear that the Sweet Business will be getting explosive rounds added to every 20th round while the weapon is in full spin. There's several weapon archetypes that will be getting rebalanced, including SMGs, fusion rifles, trace rifles, and sniper rifles. Aggressive SMGs will see a slight reduction in base damage, and an equally slight increase in precision hit multiplier. Rapid-firing fusion rifles will see an increase in the burst damage by 15 points, and a 1-point increase in damage per bolt. Trace rifles will see a significant buff with a 4% increase in base damage, increased stability, and a very slight increase in precision damage. All sniper rifle subfamilies will see a 10% increase in base damage, with the exception of the Izanagi's Honed Edge. Rapid-fire snipers will also see a 50% reduction in recoil, and an increase of 30% to ammo. The change to rapid-fire snipers should actually come through during this season's mid-season weapon rebalance. Bungie will also be increasing the damage for auto rifles, pulse rifles, sidearms, hand cannons, and scout rifles when facing red and orange bar enemies while in PvE. Season 21 will introduce several new strand and stasis weapons, including a new stasis aggressive SMG, a rapid-fire strand pulse rifle, a rapid-fire stasis sniper rifle, a rapid-fire strand shotgun, and a strand vortex sword. We'll also be getting revised reckoning weapons that will all have a unique Taken shader applied, along with a new origin trait called Unsated Hunger. This increases handling, reload speed, and stability when none of your abilities are fully charged. Several other weapons will see a return in Season 21, including the Braytech Osprey, the Loaded Question, Randy's Throwing Knife, the Messenger, and the Swarm of Raven. Season of the Deep's dungeon, which is expected to take place on Titan, will feature 4 brand new weapons, including a Stasis Waveframe Grenade Launcher, a Solar Rapid Fire Glaive, a Solar Aggressive SMG, and a Stasis Rocket Launcher. These weapons will come with the Restoration Ritual Origin trait, which is pretty interesting. Reviving allies or killing enemies with finishers reloads your weapon and readies an emergency reload for the next time your weapon is out of ammo. It's unclear if this will automatically reload the weapon or if it's just going to provide super fast reload animations, but either way, this sounds very interesting and these weapons look incredible. Since every other activity has got one, Trials will now have its own glaive, called the Unexpected Resurgence. This is an arc adaptive glaive that can roll with several top tier trait combinations, including Close to Melee and Subsistence. In an attempt to make Trials more fair, Trials will be seeing some adjustments to matchmaking, and in this screenshot we get 3 different examples of how this new matchmaking system will work. Let me know your overall takeaway of these examples in the comments below. But overall, it does seem promising. I just don't think that it's really going to make a big impact until they address a lot of the issues with cheaters and a lot of the issues with connection. We get a screenshot of what looks to be a rough model of how the new user interface will appear, with activity and fireteam modifiers being set to the left side of your screen, with weapon and armor modifiers being placed on the right side. This should definitely make it easier for players to be able to determine what kind of buffs or debuffs they have at any given moment. The most exciting prospect that these leaks reveal, though, is the change to power level systems, where Bungie is apparently making it simpler and more consistent. Power level will now be a single, account-based value, and power will now be earned exclusively by completing challenges and earning XP, bringing it closer in line to how Guardian ranks are currently set up. Challenges will grant either 1, 2, or 3 power levels based on the difficulty of the challenge. 1 power level will be earned for every 250,000 XP. These changes are being made to allow Guardians to access any activity at any time without the constraints of power level limitations. This means players will no longer have to infuse gear and continuously spend materials to keep their armor and weapons at their highest level, so I am all in favor of this change. In addition to the changes Season 21 will bring, these leaks do include some brief changes that Season 22 will bring, including raid and dungeon rotators getting their own director option, lobby balancing in Crucible, loadout upgrades, and more. If everything about these leaks are true, then we are really in for one hell of a season with Season of the Deep. A new dungeon, returning weapons, taken shaders, a new power level system. It's a lot, and it's definitely getting me excited for what's to come. But for now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these changes coming in Season of the Deep. Let me know in the comments below, and thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.